Okay, today we're going to be showing you how you can effectively take down a whole network offline. Um, it's basically a DOS attack, not to be confused with a DDoS attack, which requires multiple computers. But what this does is send the authentication packets to a router and deauthenticates every device on it, and they will not be able to connect for as long as you run the attack. Also, once we dive a little bit more deep into this, this is the beginning of one method of hacking Wi-Fi. The first step is deauthentication. The next step is waiting for the client to re-authenticate. While it's re-authenticating, you will try to capture a handshake, and then you will crack the hash within the handshake containing the Wi-Fi password. But we are not going to be worrying about that today. We're just going to be showing you how to deauthenticate a network and effectively take a network offline. So you'll just need to start a terminal and type airmon-ng start WLAN 0. Okay, down here you can see that it has MON on the end of my WLAN 0, which means my interface is in monitor mode. You can see that the Kali Linux is seeing my chipset, and this is the type of chipset I'm using, a TP-Link Aero communication, and then this is the type here. And so now that that's all good to go, we can move on to the next step and use arrow dump -ng WLAN 0 MON, which is our interface. And this is what this is going to do is start scanning all of the networks around us. So we're just going to let this run for a little bit and let it collect some information, and I'll kind of explain to you what you're seeing here. Let me make this a little bit bigger. Okay, so the ESSID is the Wi-Fi's name. So that's the same thing you would see when you're trying to connect to the Wi-Fi. Over here you can see what kind of encryption it's using right here. I believe this is the authentication method. Where you see station is this is different devices on this particular network right here. So if you wanted to kick just one device off, you would use the stations and then the BSSID. But I'm just going to be showing you how to kick a whole network off. So let's go back up to ESSID. That's the Wi-Fi's name. This is the type of encryption it's using. This is the channel that it's running on. And power is how close and how far away it is to you. The lower the number, the closer it is to you. The higher the number, the furthest away it is from you. And this will also affect how effective the attack could possibly be. You want to try to have the numbers within at least under 60. So we're going to just pick this Xfinity network for our example. So I'm going to hit Control C to stop this, to stop it scanning the Wi-Fi's around the area. And I'm going to copy this because we're going to need that for later. This is the MAC address of the router of the Xfinity network. before you can go and deauthenticate a network, right here where you see channel, you have to make sure that you're on the same exact channel as the Wi-Fi network you're attacking. So to switch your monitor card into a particular channel, you hit iwconfig, then your interface, then channel, and the target network's channel. So ours is 11. Alright, so we didn't get any errors, so we're good to go. And now we can use Air Replay. TAC 0 for the authentication packets. We're going to be sending 500 of them. You can send as many as you'd like. Just keep in mind, the longer you run the attack, the longer the Wi-Fi for that network will be down. So as long as you're running the attack, they will not be able to reconnect to the Wi-Fi. Then you want to hit TAC A, and then this is the access point MAC address, the one we copied earlier up here for the Xfinity network. And then we just want to type in our interface, WLAN 0 MON. And this will start launching the authentication packets, effectively knocking every person on that Wi-Fi off one by one. And like I said, it will send 500 of them. You can change the number to 10,000 if you'd like. And if you'd like to stop the attack, you can just hit Control C. I'm just going to let the attack run for a little bit so you can see it. And I just want to show you one of the commands if you wanted to take one or two of the devices offline. So I'm just going to stop the attack here. And we do that with Control C. And here's if you wanted to take only one person offline. It'd be air replay-ng, and then the same exact code, TAC 0, 500, TAC A, then the MAC address of the router. Then the only addition would be TAC C, and then where you've seen stations when I first started scanning, you would enter that MAC address, because the stations is the different devices on that particular network. As you've seen, it had a MAC address and then it had a stations. So you enter TAC C, then stations, and then your interface, and that's how you just take one or two devices offline. But the attack I just showed you would effectively knock down the whole network for as long as you choose, and it can be any network that you can reach with your Wi-Fi card, which when you get a aftermarket Wi-Fi card, it extends your Wi-Fi range normally, and they come with a cord so you can put it up higher than your computer and normally get a pretty good signal and a pretty good range. So that is how you would effectively DOS a network and take it offline. We will be getting more into this and showing you how this leads into Wi-Fi hacking and other Wi-Fi hacking methods in later videos, so stay tuned.